See your eyes in different faces. It's bugging me out. Starting to get complacent. It's scaring me now. I can erase your lips. Still feel your fingertips on my skin. You come into my dreams. I wake up sweating here in my bed. 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 I'm not the girl that I used to be. Sometime I'm more than words. I'm beyond what I once was. I don't believe in love. Hey, hey. If I want something, I got it. Hey, hey. Oh, baby, I don't need love me. Hey, hey. Cause your love, I cannot buy it. Wasn't real with you, boy. Real, wasn't real with you, boy. You won't give me too much chances. I don't care if I am fancy brighter. Yeah, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling you goodbye, I'm telling you goodbye, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling you goodbye, I'm telling you goodbye. Chances, I don't care if I am fancy brighter. Yeah, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling you goodbye, I'm telling you goodbye. Yeah, oh boy, I'm telling you goodbye, I'm telling you goodbye.
They haven't set up their positions well, allowing cats. Oh my god! Good evening, everyone. We are back with the Asia Grand Final for the World Tag Splits Professionals Tournament. It's going to be. Okay, let me just, restart this once again when I get into the game. So bear with me for a moment. Okay, we are back. So everything is fixed. So we are now with the Asia Grand Final in the professional tournament. It is going to be ID versus E7 here. It's going to be exciting, very exciting. I must say, I'm very excited as well. I'm sure you all are. So please show support to E7 or ID. Please say it in the chat. On the other hand, we also have the giveaway. That is happening right now. So you can make 2 guesses tonight, and 5 winners will be picked from one of the guesses, and the other 5 will be picked from the other guess. So the first guess is predict the amount of damage done by Nat backwards on the E7 team in the 3rd game, and the second guess is the scoreline prediction. What is the scoreline for this grand final? And we will brief you here. Professionals tournament. This is going to be a best of 9 series. That's whichever team wins the first 9 matches. 5 matches will win the fixture. So your scoreline prediction must be 5-0, 5-1, 5-2, 5-3, or 5-4 for one of the, for this. And if you're guessing other scorelines, then you're definitely wrong. So please remember that. And right, I'm just going to change a little bit things up. Sorry, because I have to type as well. And someone said I mistyped something. So here we go. Here we go. The format is a double elimination knockout stage for both stages, and tonight we will know which clan will win the grand $3,500. Both teams have already earned $2,100, so $3,500. That's a huge sum of money. When you divide it to 10 players, that's $350 per player. And I don't know, that's enough for a good fancy dinner, at least. So the grand final maps will begin with Yukon once again, Faust, Vineyards, Hellas, and finally New Bay as the tiebreaker map. And tonight is the grand final, and the grand final will be held at in around 9 minutes. Do note that there is a 5-minute stream delay on this stream. This is to prevent teams from looking at each other's lineup and also the tanks. This is E7's team. We have Nat backwards as the captain of the team. We also have Nuggies and Fries, Gamma, Ruler, Chromatrox, Yuri Tart, Nitroglycerin, Pink Puffins, Alex, and Maddox. So I have the information here. E7 is a team formed by a group of friends during Twister Cup 2018. Although most original members have since retired, they've tried to keep the clan culture of having fun while being pretty decent at the game alive throughout the years. They will try to take it easy most of the time, but they get off on trying to be at the forefront of the Asian meta. They will force themselves to try new things, which other teams might not be comfortable doing. A majority of their team are from Australia and Singapore, with some from Cambodia, India, Malaysia, and Alex is from Australia. Contrary to what I said about the W word, and most of them are students, with some working part-time, and they have no expectations coming into this season. In fact, they have banned everyone in the team from saying that they're going to win this game. before the start of the first match. So I don't know how many players now have been banned, because they should be very excited tonight and they are looking to win this one. And do note that this is going to be the first time ever for them to win a single season if they manage to win against ID tonight. So please, can I have some noises in the chat now on E7? And now we have Team ID, which is a Korean clan led by Kampen. We also have Active Duty, Lanny, Arapath, Lasophobe Game On You, LDS, Spartan Sword, and Radioactive. This is a clan that is the only Asia clan to have represented Asia at the Blitz Offline Twister Cup Grand Final. They lost to C4 in the end back in 2016, but they are the only team to have reached a Grand Final. And Team ID will be looking very confident in this one. They barely scraped through to the top 8 at the very last previous skill tournament, and now they are now in the grand final. And if they win the grand final tonight, they will be the lowest ranked team on the Cup's leaderboard to win a single to win the entire season. So they came 7th in the Cup's leaderboard. E7 came 6th in the Cup's leaderboard. I think they are the lowest ranked teams across all servers. So I must say, very, very exciting stuff ahead. And I mean, reading more from from ID. They hope to achieve good results this year, and so far been really successful in that. They usually assign tanks to increase judgment in practice rooms or quick tournaments, or simply play games without introducing any strategies at all to train in their communication and so on. If you're a supporter of the Team ID, please now say it in the chat, support Team ID, and we need to get some hype up in this stream, shall we? And next, Mabox, the jinxer of the entire spring season, has predicted ID to win 5-4 against E7 Challengers Tournament for the first time. NQE7 is going to win ECG 5-4. And will Mabox jinx any team tonight? We'll find out soon. And tonight, we also have very, very special guests with us after the games. So please do not leave this stream after the games finish. We will have both ID and E7 in the interview. ID, I will be interviewing Kampen, and E7, I will be interviewing Nat backwards. If you want to donate to my stream, here are the links here. And without further ado, let's get into the room. This is Yukon E7 versus ID. Alright, so I'm going to say hello to every single one of you. A lot of viewers already now, and I think this is going to blow up a lot later on. So, here we go, the chat. I'm going to say hello to Enrique, hello to Titanium, hello to Siraj, hello Mutsu, hello Voon, hello to Cloudy Snow, hello to Motzi, hello to Sonder, hello to Spicy 20 Spicy Chicken McNuggets. I'm not sure if you're a KFC fan or if you're a McDonald's fan, but hello to Arush, hello to Sonder, hello to Falcon, hello to Chuck Oil, and hello to Ahmad, Yasin, hello to Lester, hello to Arush, hello to Lancelot, hello to Nickname, hello to Isaac, hello to Harsh Killer, hello to everyone, and hello any more to go. Hello to Oops, hello to the Deal for Real. So I want to once again thank my mods for keeping track of the chat and also the prediction game here. You only have 2 more minutes left to go until you could 2 more minutes to go to predict Firstly, the damage done by net backwards by E7. He's playing the figures light at the moment, but that's the first game. You're going to predict his amount of damage in the third game. Second, predict the scoreline of this grand final. This is a best of 9 series, so the first team to win the first 5 matches will win this grand final and the entire spring season for the Asia server. And this is going to be the important moment here, and we are beginning with Yukon, one of the more heavy maps in this map pool, and you'll be expecting a lot of play over to the northeastern side where the terrain is somewhat flat but a lot of buildings to take cover from and quite shielded area as well, so you might expect some mouses and some IS-4 there. T125 is also a good tank because there is, although it's quite flat, you also have some little terrain and also some very low very low lying obstacles. And mediums and lights can be very important in this one to get spots up and to get rotations around and to get some DPM and into the backside of the enemies. And I really love to see when both teams are taking some mediums and lights. Alright, so 15 more seconds to go, so many E7 guys, fans here, so very well done. Let's get some ID fans here, please. Let's go, and we will begin the first match of the grand final of the Asia server. This is E7 versus ID. Got the right side. There we go. Don't worry about me changing the overlays up now. E7 is going with IS-4 played by 7 Ruler, Double Crown Vargans by Chromatrox, and Nitroglycerin, Nuggies and Fries, and Pink Puffers, Double T125 to Gamma, Knack Backwards, Double Vickers Light. Very interesting call. Double Vickers Light, low DPM, great mobility, and not a lot of hit points, so we will see how E7 is going to operate with that. Team ID is going with Camp and Landy, Active Duty, Triple IS-4 with LDS and Radioactive Double Crown Vargan Mouse, played by Spartan Sword and Gaiam. In a T125, and Landy and Spartan Sword is looking to go into C, and B is going to be captured by E7. That will give them a cap lead, and they're looking to secure D as well, but no one from ID is going there, so they will get D as well. Now E7 will get B, and ID only started capturing C, but they are very quick into A as well. And will ID get a cap lead here? I don't think so. C is now getting captured by ID's forces with D. Follow quickly after. Let's follow Gamma here. I don't think he spotted Radioactive here, but he's playing it really carefully. Oh, I think he did spot up Radioactive, so Radioactive would know someone is near D area. Nitroglycerin is also getting spotted with Campen looking to get into B, but I don't think he could because B is going to be fortified by E7's forces, and you cannot get into B alone. You're just asking for trouble if you do that. So at the moment, stop guessing now. Camp is going into B, so no more guesses. Guesses after this announcement would not be accepted. Campen's getting shot by trying to go into B, and this is why I say sad about going into B relatively alone. You don't want to do that. E7 knows that if Campen does that, he will pay for that. However, what Campen could do is to go for B brief cap stop though, because a cap stop will stop E7, will slow down the rate of increase in the cap points for E7. So ID maybe 1 or 2 more seconds on B, they will have to cap lead once again. But they are bleeding at the moment. Radioactive has bled quite a significant amount of hit points already, dropping the speed boost. Oh, but I think we're going to see a big push coming from LDS and GM with Campen and Activity and Sponsor going for B. And I think they're going to shut down Nitroglycerin, 7 Ruler, but at the same time, E7 is looking to kill off Lanny here. Lanny's now a very, very low hit point here, with Radioactive also very, very low in hit points. 7 Ruler is now the first tank down, but Lanny's going to die very soon. I think there is also one tank down. 7 Ruler is now dead. This has descended into Entropy. Negative Rise on fire, but Lanny's now dead, and Spartan Sword is in the mouse trying to ram into Negative Rise, but ID's looking to shut down both Nitroglycerin Chromatros really quickly with the Campen. Now a 2-shot with Nitroglycerin now dead. It's now 5 versus 5 for both teams. Hit points are in favor of ID at the moment, but Campen's going to go down to Chromatrox. Nat backwards trying to go to B, but it's unsuccessful. Negis and Chromatrox are both dead. And Active Duty is trying to chase Nat backwards, and E7 is trying to get C as well, with Pink Puffers now running away from ID's forces. Now it's 3 versus 4. Team ID are getting on top of this game by more than 4,000 hit points at the moment. Pink Puffers is going to be the sorry target for E7 now, and he's going to go down to game, and ID will be looking to hunt down both Nat backwards and Gamma at this. Great push by ID, well executed. E7, although they are defending B, I think ID just was very, very aggressive and very, very decisive as well. And even if E7 tried to cap all the bases, I do not think E7 will get it, but you never know, because it's just only double Vickers Light left to go. But Active Duty is looking at B, but he's a one-shot though. Gamma will be spotting up Active Duty. If he goes down, that will be very, very important. Gamma needs to put that shot into Active Duty, and he does now. ID got 3 caps compared to E7 with only 1. And ID, they are very, very slow. Will they be able to get B though? I don't think so. Game's looking to get into B very, very quickly, with now Spartan Sword spawning up that backwards. Are they able to kill a tank off before ID is going to get the first win with more than 900 points already? Just only 12 more cap points here, 997, and ID will take home the first win here. Congratulations to ID, really, really great start, and wow. This is exciting stuff. I really love ID play here. That push is all they need to do. They do not have to cap lead at the start, and Campen lost quite a little bit trying to get into B, but I think the decisiveness of ID is what won the game. E7 tried to make a push on the other side, but they also went down that side too. So if ID got 2 sides in control, then it's game over for E7 basically, with Pink Puffins the only person doing more than 3k, and ID 5 tanks doing more than 2k, so that's always a great thing to do, to see. Here we go, second game on Yukon. Nat backwards is in the T22 medium, and Gamma is in the T22 medium. Double Kranwagens in by Ruder and Chromatrox Mouse will be played by Nitroglycerin. Double T125 by Nuggies and Fries and Pink Puffins ID. Campen Game Double T125. Double Kranwagen by Active Duty and Lanny. Radioactive and Ice for Spartan Sword and LDS Double Mouse. And more than 70 viewers. Let's get over 100 tonight, shall we? And with ID winning the first one. And here we go, the second game on Yukon. ID going with no mediums or lights. Do have to be really careful with this kind of setup here. The double T22 mediums from E7, they have to trade a lot better, because E7 will be down by quite a significant amount of hit points. That means they have to trade much better than ID, and equal trading would not work. looking at the hit point advantage that ID possesses, almost around 2,000 damage here, hit points here. That's almost a medium tank worth of damage, and we are seeing E7 red team south side, ID blue team north side. E7 is going mostly to A, with ID committing their forces all to D as well. Now, this is going to be the moment of truth for that backwards. He's going to get a lot of spots up, but he cannot stay there for way too long. And if he commits way too far forward here, oh boy, disaster is awaiting. But that backwards is getting out of this. He knows that if he commits way too forward, then he's a goner. C's getting captured by E7 more quickly than ID gets B. That backwards now spotted, so I think he's desperately trying to run away from this. Peg Puffins and also Ruler is on A. This is really nice at the moment. B is now getting captured, but D is going to be captured by ID. So once again, it's all about that kill and that rotation, and that is going to be the job of ID once again. They need to make that good rotation, and E7 needs to make sure that they can defend well. They have to be careful with the Crown Valgans though. They have low DPM, they have good clipping potential, and especially the T22 mediums, they do not want to lose these tanks. These tanks can be very important when it comes to the DPM, and ID is looking to make a push here, pushing the lineup with Camp and Radioactive takes a hit here, but I think Gamma has to be really careful of Radioactive. But if ID decides to push this side here, I mean, we're seeing now Active Duty and now Spartan Sword. C is now getting captured by LDS, but E7 has now made the move onto Radioactive. It's now very low, and Gamma puts a shot, but it's a bounce here. But Nuggies and Fries also bounce. Ruler needs to put a shell into a Radioactive. Great shell here, but they cannot afford to bounce too many shells because now ID has decided to go and shut down Chromatros, and that backwards Radioactive is now dead. But ID has responded really well, and T22s and all the rest of the tanks of E7 are now facing the frontal armor of the heavy tanks. But Pink Puffins is dead! Oh, I don't know if that ammo rack here, but that was a lot of damage eviscerated in a matter of seconds here. They cannot focus LDS here. Activity is going to be the next tank down, and it's going to be the case. Now it's going to be 6 versus 5. Hit points are with ID at the moment, but the guns are with E7 at the moment. They need to get the right focus here, and Camp is going to be the next focus for E7. Nitro Glycer is looking to shut down Campen, but Nuggies and Fries bounce onto Campen here. ID is looking really strong at the moment here. LDS takes a hit by E7 forces, but Nitro Glycer is going to kill off Campen, and that will go into 4 versus 4. E7 has now 3 caps, and T22s will be looking to get more caps here. 7 Ruler is going to pull backwards, and Nitro Glycer is going to hold as long as he could and as much damage as he could put out. With Landy and Gayam now going for B. Great shot into Gayam by Nat backwards here. He will be very important, still really healthy. But 7 Ruler, 3 shells in this clip. He's going to put the first one into Landy. Landy's tracked, but 7 Ruler will be looking to put the second shell onto Landy. Great shell right here. Gayam puts a great shell into Nat backwards here. ID still with a hit point pool advantage, but D's now getting captured by Gamba. Brilliant gap play by E7 here. The T22s are making all the difference for ID, and ID is forced to kind of go around in circles. And looking at LDS now getting killed, E7 are very close to securing a victory here with 943 cap points, and Spartan Sword is going to be the isolated tank for ID. Now A is getting captured by Gayam, and that back is going to join. Ruler is trying to shut down Spartan Sword, and he's going to put a lot of shells here, but he doesn't want to ram into Spartan Sword, evading that ram from Spartan Sword. Ruler is going to put a great shell into Spartan Sword, but ID will be getting C as well. But if they could kill off Spartan Sword, it doesn't even matter here because they will get 1000 cap points. Brilliant cap play right here by E7. Looking at the damage here, E7 3 times 2 on 2k, but ID also 3 times 2 on 2k, and E7 played the mediums exceptionally well, running around, getting all the caps, playing with caps in the end when the medium tanks are still alive and running and kicking. And ID, despite their reaction, despite showing their frontal armor to E7's relatively hesitant push there, they aren't able to kill off tanks quickly enough, despite E7 bouncing quite a few a number of shells in different times at different times. So E7, really great job to you guys, great cap play, but you have to be really careful not to bounce any more shells, and that's going to be the moment of truth. Nat backwards in the T22 medium, how much damage will he do in this one? E7 really loves their 2 medium play. I really love this combination. You can work really well when double mediums cooperate and coordinate together. You can do amazing things with your DPM. And the T22 mediums have really good armor as well as a medium, though not as good as all the heavies that you are seeing here, but at least the mobility and really the pike nose and the spaced armor is going to bounce quite a few shells if you are not careful, if you are not aiming well enough. Faust is a map that it depends on where you go as well in the tanks you take. The southwestern side would favor more hold down approach with mediums and hold down heavies. The other side would not favor any mediums or lengths at all, because it's kind of open and flat. But you have the ramps you can work your turret with, and you have the flat ground that you work your IS-4s with. Mouse is probably not the best choice here, because the middle is really open, and most of the action will be happening around the northeastern corner, which is relatively open to crossfire. So this is going to be the reason why both teams are not going to take Mouse. E7 once again. Let's update the scoreline. We'll be taking nitroglycerin and Chromatrox. Double Crown Vargan C is going to be captured by ID. They have a double IS-4, double Crown, a T22, and double T175 with E7, double Crown, double T22, and triple T175. C is going to be captured by ID first, and this is going to be the first time tonight that ID will get a cap lead. So ID is now pulling backwards, and E7 O's. Now, are they now going to make a big push onto C? But ID is totally ready for this. I do not think that E7 should go for the push now. They should wait for a little bit, triple weight hit points of ID, and Ruler is going into C potentially, but ID is ready for this. ID still has the hit point pool lead, but once C cap is now getting captured or getting cap stopped, ID would respond, and Lanny's now looking to put a shell into Ruler, but he misses. This is important here. Ruler will be getting C now. Oh, he missed the stat shell onto Lanny here. And now E7 is now holding this area nicely, but C is now getting captured by ID. Oh, Nat backwards doing 1v1. Let's go down here. 1v1 against Game. He's going to put a great shell into Game. Great 1v1 here. Game's looking to shut down Nat backwards as well. But unfortunately, Spartan Sword is coming in to support Game here. He needs to be really careful. His Spartan Sword is going to put a great shell into Nat backwards. He has to be really careful. He needs to make every shell count, and he has to take out Game now. He's on fire though, and he needs to put that shell into Game, but he bounces, and Game kills off Nat backwards here. But at the on the other hand, on the other side with ID and E7 is looking to shut down Active Duty and also Lanny here. And let's look at Ruler here. Pegpuff is now dead. Lucky Surprise is now dead, and Ruler is looking to shut down Active Duty as well. And Ruler is still really healthy. It's now 4 versus 6. Actually, Activity dives down and receives a lot of hits here, a lot of damage. And he's going to go down very soon with Lanny now going to be the focus for E7. Chromatros trying to run away, but I don't think he's able to kill off active duty at the moment. Gamma in that T20 is looking to flank ID's forces, but Chromatros is now dead. IS4 is also dead here, but Spartan Sword is really healthy. He's chasing down Gamma right here. It's still very, very close to call, but ID, they do not have the capacity. A great shot into Spartan Sword by 7 ruler, but active duty is still alive and kicking. Gamma is going to turn his attention over to Spartan Sword now, but he's dropped the reactive armor. Great shell into LES by Nitroglycerin here. And let's look at Nitroglycerin's perspective. Actually, no. Let's look at Gamma's perspective. He's going in. He's looking for Lanny here. Evades a shot by Nanny, but active duty is going to put a shell into Gamma, and he does. And he's now down to 1 shot with Ruler now. Very, very low. But Spartan Sword is looking to shut down Gamma, and he does. And now Ruler is going to be the focus for 3 tags for ID. And it's now going to be 2 versus 4. And this game will surely go to ID here. 7 Ruler now is dead, and wow, what a game it is with active duty now a 1 shot, but Nitroglycerin the last person standing. That being said, E7 still has the cap lead here, so Nitroglycerin will be trying to win this one by caps. And if they could defend D, I don't think they could. Campen has spotted up Nitroglycerin here. And that's a bounce of Nitroglycerin onto Campen. Spartan Sword is going to put a shell into Nitroglycerin, and I think it is game over for E7 in this match. Campen will be looking to put a shell onto Nitroglycerin, and that's a track shell, and Nitroglycerin is now down to 1 shot, will be killed by active duty. 99 viewers go. Let's go. 1 more viewer. And we will go get past. So here we go. E7, 3 tanks doing more than 2k, and ID 5 tanks doing more than 2k. I think that backwards we can really feel his nerves here. But really great attempt in doing a 1 versus 1 against Gayam, and wow. I must say, both teams played this really well, and E7 just unable really to kind of I mean, really the individual brilliance is really shown here by ID and also E7, and we are now on to Faust. But just a moment here, I'm just going to double check. Yes, 1347, that's the damage. There we go, Faust. E7 is going to go with double Batchat. We also have double Crown Wagen, a single IS4, and double T110E5s. ID will be going for double IS4, double T110E5s, a T22, and double Crown Wagen. Here we go. The 4th game of Faust. E7 versus ID. ID is currently leading. E7 versus ID. What will E7 do with the double bad chats? Could work really well. The clips. This is the auto loading tank, auto loader here. So if both bad chats can work together in tandem, they can unleash a lot of damage, but they have to be really careful with the accuracy. It can be really bad on the move. So looking at ID, they are looking to commit their forces over to the A side, with C now getting captured by Ruler. And D is going to be captured by ID. They're going to get the cap lead once again first, with D secured by ID. Chromatros in the bush, maybe looking for a camp and radioactive. Some shots been fired, but nothing's been connected. And wow, here we go. Gamma is now spotted. And that backwards. Maybe looking to be playing really carefully here. He's in a precarious situation if Game looks to push that backwards out. Let's actually follow Game's perspective. He's still waiting. Actually, this is a really interesting play by Idea allowing E7 to get a cap. Oh, but no, I think they're going to make a push onto Chromatrox here. Great shot by LDS. Now Chromatrox down to 1,569 with Gamma taking a hit here. You don't want to lose unnecessary hit points here, not the bad chats, because the bad chats, they have really low hit points. They are very fragile here, with now B getting captured by ID. E7 still gets the the cap lead right here, but ID are now going to make a rotation to D. Maybe they're going to rush C now. Campen is now spotted, but E7 is also defending A. ID not really going for D though, but if ID decides to make a rotation, they could do it, absolutely do it. The bad chats have to be really careful here. If we follow Gamma for a little bit, great first shell into Campen. He put his second, he bounced that shell, but it's a difficult shell anyway, so I don't care about that. Great shell from that backwards onto Campen. And now Nuggies and Fries. Oh, I think this is going to look really bad for Campen right here. He's going to put a great shell to Campen. Campen's now down to one shot, and he's going to be taken out by Chromatrox. And it's going to be the case. First tag down for Campen, and now E7 has the hit point pool lead, and A is going to be captured by ID. E7 is looking to get D as well, but now backwards. Will he be able to get D though? Because KM is looking to shut down that backwards here. He's almost there to get D, and they got D here. It's a great job to E7 here, but this is going to descend into pandemonium here, and that backwards is now driving around, bumps into the tracks, and takes a hit, takes a double tap here. I think he needs to re-evaluate his driver's license here, with LDS now getting shut down by E7's forces, with now Nitroglycerin looking to put his last shell into LDS, and he's now down to a one shot like he said Rise. Pegpuff is looking to go into ID's forces, shutting down LDS, and Spartan Sword will be the next focus here. Active Dizzy's running around in circles like a hatless chicken, but looking at Nuggies and Fries and Pegpuff's great shells into Spartan Sword. Now Ruler is now quite low, but Active Duty is now going in. Oh, Ruler is going to go down very quickly here. He's now the focus for both Active Duty and Game here, and now he's going to take a double tap, but Nuggies and Fries is just here to save Nuggies and to save Ruler here, but no, Ruler is killed by Game, but Game is killed by 7th Ruler here, but Active Duty is now killed by Gamma, and Pink Puffins is still quite healthy, and she is going to put a shell into Spartan Sword potentially, but Radioactive rams into Pink Puffins here. Spartan Sword is now killed, and E7 with the caps, 976, they're looking to win the next game. Now we're tied on 2-2. And this is not the sound. No one has no other tank has died. It's just the oil tank has been exploded, but with no particle effects, because my the graphics of this, I can't set it way too high, so they have to be eliminated from the stream. But E7 5 tanks doing more than 2k, ID 3 tanks doing more than 2k. Really great job in shutting down the isolated Campen here. The ID, I think they have an idea, but they just set way too deep, and that allowed E7 to pick up tanks that are technically not too aggressive, but isolated enough. And this is very important here. But Batchats not doing that much of damage. It's more to do with double Crumb Bargains putting out more than 7,000 damage in total. So well done to E7. No, Kai Mark is not. It's not. Now we're on to Vineyards with double bat chats by Nat Backwards and Gamma, triple Crown Bargains by Chromatrox, Nitroglycerin and Peg Puffins with 7 Ruler and Nuggies and Fries, double T135s, ID, Campen and Vickers Light, triple Ice Force by Active Duty, Lanny, and LDS. Double Crown Vargas by Radioactive and Spartan Sword. Game is at the T110 E5. So let's say hello to everyone here. Hello to Jello. Hello to XXXXXXXXXXXX. Hello to Frozen. And hello to Voon. Hello to Kraken. Hello to Kaimark. Hello to all the E7 fans, all the ID fans here. And hello Mutsu! Yes! Sorry. Hope it doesn't, scares you off with now. E7 double batch chats, triple Crown Vargans, double T110 E5s, ID, double triple Ice Force, double Crown Vargans, a T110 E5 and Vickers Flight. Can someone tell E7 to go with 7 batch chats in one game, please? That would be brilliant to watch. But double batch chats is not bad at all. They are looking to work better than the last game though. But I think the All Ice, the Nitroglycerin and Chromatrox, this combination I think is really nice indeed. The double batch chats going into the northwestern corner. Will they get some spots in? Camden is going to get the spots of Gamma and also Nat backwards. That means ID cannot get A. But already Nat backwards has taken a hit. With 7 Ruler now looking to get B. E7 will have the hit point cap lead now. And A is looking to be captured by Lanny, but will he be shut down by the batch chat? No, Peng Puffin is there. Oh, he has to be really careful. Ooh, great shells into Lanny, great attempts, but couldn't connect though. And A is going to be captured by ID, but that doesn't matter at this moment in time because ID. E7 has the cap lead, but ID has a lot of hit points of advantage here. Now Ruler takes a hit as well. With Ruler now also dropping the reactive armor. They have to be really careful. Nuggies and Fries in the middle, spotted. And now DS misses that shell onto Chromatrox. And Nuggies and Fries now pulling backwards, dropping the reactive armor. Nuggies and Fries playing Puffins, receiving some hits. Now Batchas now going from behind and now going to get C, but will they be a reset? I don't think so. That will give E7 a substantial hit point cap lead though, but they do not have the hit points. They are down by more than 3,000 hit points here. They have to be really careful, almost down to 4,000 hit points here. E7 needs to stay alive as long as they could, but this is looking grimmer and grimmer as time goes. I think the Batchas needs to start rotating, flanking, and looking at Gamma here. Great first shell into LDS, great second shell into LDS, and he's on the drum reload, only putting 2 shells in. I think he's going to make an interesting call. I hope he could have put his 3rd shell in because he would have killed off LDS, but Chromatrox kills off LDS with that backwards. Misses onto Spartan Sword. Is going to put a shell into Spartan Sword as well. 2nd shell into Spartan Sword. Gamma has come in to support that backwards here, but he misses Spartan Sword as well. Gamma is now on a drum reload with Chromatrox now coming in to shut down Spartan Sword. This play here is really great indeed, but Gamma is going to looking for Lanny instead. Great job to E7 here. Spartan Sword is going to be killed by that back is very super. Peng Puff is now dead. ID on the other hand is looking to get B, but they are unsuccessful as well. The 7 Rule is looking to kill off Lanny, but he bounces. But Cap is going to shut down Nitroglycerin here. Now it's going to be 1 versus 3. Nitroglycerin to stay alive as long as he could, but E7 got all 3 caps here. This is looking really good for E7 right now. E7 with Ruler killing off Campen, but Nitroglycerin is also dead. This is dog standard right here. Lanny's not is now not in this map. Is now in the garage with active duty. They're putting a great shell. No, it's a bounce onto Gamma. I think it's a miss actually. Gamma is going to run away, but he kills off Chromatrox, but that's not enough to save ID from this game. ID, how did they how were they able to lose that hit point pool lead they once had? But I have to say, E7, the communication, the coordination between the clipping tanks, one of the best I've ever seen in this season on the Asian server, and they deserve they really deserve to win this one. 5 tanks to 1 2k, and the top 4 are all clipping tanks, and this time the batchas have worked really well. ID, they are now going with double. They have 2 tanks to 1 2k with 3 kills by game. Here we go. Now it's 3-2 for E7, and this is going to be the first time that E7 is leading in this game. Come on, we need to romp up. You need to kind of hype up. E7 5 bad chats. Come on, we want to see that. Please give us a game with 5 bad chats here. But I don't think they would do that. So ID is going with a Campen in the T125 alongside Lanny, KMT22, double crab wagons by Radioactive and Active Duty. A Spartan Sword in the ice for LDS 50Bs, E7, Vickers Light will be played by Knock Backwards, Chromatrox, Pink Puffins, double TVP, crab wagons and nitroglycerin, double crab wagon. What? Nitroglycerin ruler, double crab wagon, Nuggy Surprise and the T125 and ENC, let's go. ENC. Yes, hello, Killshock, how are you doing? Moderators, thank you very much for all your hard work so far. I hope you can enjoy the games now broadcast here. On the other hand, hello, Mutsu, how are you doing? Beat the Whoopsie. Is Whoopsie playing this one? But we are seeing E7. Now on the north side, red team going mostly into A and ID. Blue team south spawn looking to go into B here, with KM looking to secure that cap more quickly than E7 does. Oh, but the TVPs. Look at the TVPs. Would they be able to shut down KM? Oh, KM getting shut down by Nap Backwards already. Let's look at Nap Backwards here. Oh my goodness me, that's so aggressive. Getting down. Oh my goodness me, he's now getting eviscerated. He's now down to 1 shot. And will he be killed by the ruler? Almost. But one more shell could do the job. And he kills off KM. Oh my god. E7 caught the first blood already. But they are still down in cap hit points. But they have caps here. Nitroglycerin now. In that position, really aggressive stuff by E7 right here. But Campen now, the sorry focus for E7. What is going on for E7? But Radioactive is now looking to shut down Nitroglycerin. Great job here. But is this going to help? No, Nitroglycerin is going to go back. But still, ID with a hit point pool advantage. They should not give up at this moment. They still can win this one. Although E7, they have killed the tank. Campen is now low. And they have to be really careful. Radioactive, all the TVPs. Radioactive is really bad. Oh, TVPs. Radioactive's now in safety. But looking at what's going to happen. Oh, Nuggets and Fries looking to shut down Radioactive. Great shell to Radioactive. But Nitroglycerin is looking to push shells into Radioactive. Radioactive is going to go down very quickly to E7 now. One more shell would do this job. And it's going to be Gamma killing off Radioactive. Lanny on the reactive armor. Nitroglycerin dropping the speed boost, but he's tracked. But Lanny's going to be the next tank down for E7. Great job from Chromatrox. Now he's going to put a shell into Lanny here. With Nitroglycerin now dead, E7 is now leading in caps, in hit points, and in guns. 7 versus 3, now 6 versus 3. With Nitroglycerin now kills Gamma. With Nuggets and Fries now dead. Active Duty is now going to be shut down by both Gamma and also Nap Backwards. See, Gamma's going to put a shell into Active Duty is now dead. And now Pink Puff is now getting B. She's going to get LDS very soon and in her TVP. And he's going to put her second shell into LDS with Spartan Sword. Now the last person standing here. Nap Backwards is going to put a grey shell into Spartan Sword. It's a bounce. Spartan Sword is a no. That Backwards is a noob. I can tell you, please. Can we switch out to that Backwards in the next game, please? He bounced that so important shell, you know. Very bad player. Sorry guys, I'm just guys binary powers. I'm just joking. Snapback was definitely done really well here, more than 3,000 damage done, and don't make me remind you about that spot onto game here. Really whittling down the hit points, and and that tank got totally leveled and mullered in the first few seconds of the game. And now E7 5 tanks in 1 2K, they are on a match point. We're now onto Hellas, which is a very weird map because you might be expecting a lot of mediums and lights, but this is really heavy oriented though. But lots of hold down tanks, that is to be expected with a lot of terrain on this map. But this is also a perceptually small map, so rotation isn't that difficult at all. But for some odd reason, we don't see a lot of medium tanks, and I don't know why, to be honest with you. ID is now going to get into ID. Please pull off an endgame comeback. I don't know, but quadruple T110 fights by Camper, Lenny, Spartan Sword, and LDS. Endgame didn't come back. Yes. Oh my goodness me. So that's re-announced the lineups, shall we? Deck backwards, Ruler, Nitro Glycerin, triple team with 10 double crown by Chromatros, Pink Puffins, Nuggies in the VK, and Gamma Vickers like ID, triple team with 10 by Lanny, Spartan Sword, and LDS with Campen IS alongside Radioactive. Active duty in the Crown Bargain game and the Vickers Light. Again, would not want to be killed in the first few seconds of the game this time. Interesting thought here, Solder. I didn't notice that, but that could be very well true indeed. But they are also very aggressive with the cat reset, and Vineyards is kind of the norm, to be honest with you. If there is a winner, but if you don't get a server, if you don't get his username, just void that entry. Okay, unless that person DMs B about that. So B is now getting captured. Oh, great shot onto Gamma here. Looking to get B, and ID is really looking. I don't know. B is now getting captured. They don't have a cat lead though. A is getting captured by Radioactive. Great shell into Lanny. The double T185s will be held down there. Jinjin will, I mean, this is the wild game you're seeing here, and A is now getting captured by ID, and E7. They saw what happened to Game here, but Game at the moment has survived way longer than last game, so at least he's doing a much better job this time. But I mean, not really his fault in the last game. It's a strategy of ID, and but he should have put back earlier. On active duty, also getting some hits here. They are now looking to get into C. Will they get it? Will he get it? To be honest with you, I think will they get it was the right one. I mean, I was kind of assuming everyone's pronouns, to be honest with you, but I mean. If you guys gals non-binary pals are I mean, if your pronouns been not labeled correctly, then please really tell me in DMs here, because that is really important. It's not a joke at all. We are not talking about pronouns for fun, because really if I misgender you, it's not nice in general. So now ID is looking really strong. They got C as well finally, and they are now putting their guns up near C. E7 is now fortifying this position, but they have the hit points. ID needs to be really careful, but E7 looking to make a counter push. Actually, Krubentrol is going to look to shut down counter. First shell in, second shell is it in. No, he's looking for active duty instead. But Krubentrol's now getting the focus from ID is now rotating. He's now getting eviscerated with Krubentrol's now the first tank down. They're looking to shut down. Cap is also dead. Great shot by Gamma. He's now Pincer into Pincer into Pincer. And I think Pincer would be really happy about this. Call me please for me. I think we have a fan of Pincer right here. LDS now going to be really low. Napback was now driving away with this Quagmire. LDS now down. But 7 Ruler is now going to be a one-shot. He's going to looking to put a shell into Lanny here, but will he be able to do this? So he will be able to do this one. And Spartan Soul is going to go down soon. Ruler is now dead, and Lucky's in front is going to put a shell into Lanny. And now Spartans will drop the reactive armor. Nitro Glycer, great shot there, but Game kills off Gawa. That is important. ID still has the hit points. No, the cap points, but hit points are neck and neck. Neck backwards now dead. Spartans was now one shot. But this is a very important match for ID right now, because now match point is E7. If they don't win this one, they are going to hand the victory over to E7 here. E7 are really close to winning the spring season for the first time ever on the Asia server. Nuggies and Fries, great shot into activity. We can feel E7, they're looking really confident at this moment. Activity is going to go down soon. Nuggies and Fries on adrenaline. He needs to kill active duty. He kills our active duty, but ID got A and B as well. So he's get cap points. ID just need to stay alive at E7. If they are able to kill a tank at least. If they're able to get a cap stop, I don't think they could. They are in heavy tanks. This game will go to ID actually. Ooh, wow, what a game from ID. The cap play onto A and B made all the difference here. So now it's going to be 3-4 for ID. 3-4 for ID against E7. E7 is still on a match point there. Anything could happen at this rate. Seven batch hat wear. Yeah, 7 batch hat wear at E7. But Nitroglycerin doing more than 6,000 damage, so really great job to you. But the rest of the team kind of disappointed though. 4 tanks doing less than 2k, so I would rather have a lot more tanks doing more than 2k. And ID 5 tanks doing more than 2k. This is a more important stat you're seeing here. So great job to ID. I think that push. I think E7 that push wasn't the best. Some kind of hesitation was going on here, but E7 looking to go with no medium supply, so they're going to play with the ID strategy. Oh, Chaco is not happy about that backwards, but looking at this, Hellas, E7 still on a match point here. I didn't notice about the Triumph cam move. Here we go. E7 quadruple crop bargains by Ruler, Chromatros, Gamma, Nitro Glycerin, triple T1 Teddyfies by Nat Backwards, Nugget Surprise, and Pig Puffins. I think they are trying to trigger me really with no means of light, so I think ID's going to win this one, sorry. ID's going with triple Ice Force by Campen, LDS Radioactive, double T1 Teddyfies by Lanny and Spartan Sword, activity in the crop bargain, the game in the Vickers Light. So ID on the north side, blue team going mostly to the C side, with E7 red team going mostly to the AB side, and they will be getting an A cap here. GM once again has survived more than 10 seconds, so he has done a much better job than that Vineyards game where oof, that backwards taking a hit. And that's not going to be too much of a big deal though. They still have the hit point pool advantage, they still have the caps, so that's the most important thing. And they do have to be careful not to play like GB on both A and B, because they were between A and B and they got sandwiched by ID's force by the other team's forces though. So this is a more common strategy to defend, to have tanks near the spawn. As you saw, Gamma sword up game, great shot right here, and he's held down nicely with B almost still attempting to be captured by a Chromatrox. And now Gamma is now reloading shells. Chromatrox once again getting reset by ID. I don't think he will get B though. Get out! Get out! Yes, get out, yes. He listened to my advice, so that's always a good thing. Always listen to my advice. If you don't, then you will lose. You know, I'm joking. I'm not that OP, so with B now getting captured, oh, come on, just get out of this. ID is there to reset you. Come on. I mean, E7 got cap lead as well. So oh, but what? Chromatrox is going to get B. Sorry, Chromatrox. I blamed you for the wrong reasons. It's like me being the YouTuber assigned with C, but anyway. K, stop poking. Yes, Pink Puffins. Great call. I'm always adamant. You always agree with me. So thank you very much for agreeing with me. But looking at crab bargains. Yes, my Cantonese is coming out. You know. But equally, I'm not like too fluent on my Cantonese as well. So it's a double-edged sword here, but with radioactive taking some hits here. And looking at ID, looking to trying to shut down Chromatrox. I think now ID's going to make a big push onto Chromatrox, and E7 needs to defend. B's now getting captured by ID. Great call by ID, but LDS. It's looking to shut down Chromatrox on his backside, but Natbackwards got absolutely punished. Where was that? Oh my goodness, I can't even find Natbackwards there. But ID is really strong, really dominant here. They killed off Chromatrox, and Pink Puffins on the speed boost here. E7 still with a cap lead, but Nuggies and Fries bounced onto Campen. The Campen is now dead. It's now 6-6. It's still anyone's game at the moment. Natback was now dead, but Pink Puffins is also now dead. Oh my goodness me, E7. Now 4-6. They're looking to shut down Active Duty, but Spartan Sword, and also the rest of the ID teams looking to shut down Nuggies and Fries. E7 is now fumbling away from securing a victory here. Now ID with more than 900 cap points. This game will surely go to ID with Active Duty now dead. And Nitro Glycerin trying to get A, and ID looking to shut down Gamma here. And this game will surely go to ID now. What did I say? Game is now getting rammed, and now Gamma is now dead. That kill will give ID the another victory. Now it's on tiebreaker 4-4. Right, here we go. We have 3 tanks do more than 2k, and ID 6 tanks do more than 2k though. We are on Liu Bei. Don't spoil anything. So we're seeing Liu E7 going with 5 eyes. No. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm going to turn it into blind channel and I'm going to put my middle F up. Just joking. I mean, it will be censored, you know. And also, Blind Channel's song "Dark Side" is a really good song in Eurovision. I'm glad they got top 10 in the end. I think they got like 3rd in televoting. So really good job to Blind Channel, but ID just come on. Why do you do this to me? Ah. Come on, I'm out of this. I'm out of this, please. Please, I don't more. Oh. Well, but the show has to go. The show has to go on still. So, come on, please change your tags in the very last second for me, please. But what are we seeing? That Cupid Ice Force across the board, triple mouse across the board, and a Kranvagen. What can you? You're really doing this to trigger me a lot now. Now we're on new base. So many IS4s. I think both teams are going to lose. None of you guys are going to get the champion here. The spring season, no one is going to get the first place because you all don't deserve that. With so many IS4s, you really trying to to throw shade on me like that. Really, I mean, come on. Just joking. I love you. I love all of you guys. Please give us some really great games and just say, let's do this. But you have already successfully done enough to, you know, trigger me. So at least you have done a brilliant job. Now E7 is committing most of the tanks mostly to the city side. Well, they're just going for an Iron Fist now, and ID is going to commit most of the tanks near to the bridge side. No, they're going to ignore Beak entirely, but ID, they might have tanks to shut down the crossing tanks here. Snapback is going to receive a lot of shells, probably. Oh, active duty missed. That was very important indeed, but E7 already very aggressively looking to get C as well. So that means E7 will get a cap lead now, but they're trying to push shells onto radioactive, but you really can't because really the IS4's bad accuracy. So we'll see how E7 is going to approach this and how ID is going to rotate. They now have to rotate quickly now because they don't have to hit with the cap lead. They are down by a cap as well. So the cap point is going to take very quickly into E7's favor. And Nitroglycerin is now in the mouse looking to find Lanny here. E7 all spotted here. Now is still really close to call. Lanny attempting to put a shot into Gamma. And it's still not quite there yet. But Radioactive is spotted. Hipwood's still with E7 at the moment. They have traded a lot better than ID. If they keep that up, then ID, then E7 will win this one. The cap was still with E7 at the moment, but ID is looking to put a shot. It's still really close. It's still really tense. Really tense. I think that all the people working in New York is going to watch this one through their windows here. I mean, this is the tiebreaker map. You do not want to miss any second of it. But now IDs now push their line forward. They're looking to secure a C. And now E7 needs to make a big push onto these tanks right here. The IS Force looking to shut down activity and LDS here, but it's focus fire. They need to get it right. Nuggets and Fries could be in focus for ID. Radioactive puts a good shell. No, I think it's bounce right here. But with Nuggets and Fries, the first tank down, Ruler is going to put a shell into activity. Is going to be the next focus. But ID is going to land shells into Gamma. But the game is on fire. There's a big fire here. And activity is now dead. And it's still really close to call with game now. Also dead. It's now 6 vs 6 for 6 vs 5 for Gamma. It's now very low. The Hippos are firm favorites of E7 right now. With Gamma now dead. Lanny's also dead. 5 vs 4. Everything spiraling down to the last few minutes here. Nitro Glycerin, great shot into LDS Sabarula. Another great shot into LDS here. E7 is looking stronger and stronger. Now they're looking closer and closer to getting this one out. And LDS is now dead with Spartan Sword. Now the focus for all E7's IS4s here. And Nitro Glycerin in the mouse, but Sabarula with Radioactive now a one-shot probably with Spartan Sword looking to kill Sabarula, but I don't think that will help. Great rep of Nitro Glycerin into Spartan Sword, but Pink Puffins kills off Campert. She has done a brilliant job now with Nat Bacchus looking to put a shell. No, Nitro Glycerin bounced onto Spartan Sword. Radioactive is now dead, and that leaves Spartan Sword the last tank standing, and we can officially say E7 has got the spring season for the Asia server for the very first time. The champions of the Asia server. This is E7, and well done to you guys. 6 tanks do more than 2k. Great focus fire, great hit point push sharing ID, great idea to push. However, really, the focus fire is not as good at IS4. They got outplayed here, but by no means they are not. They are bad here. They are very strong. Double the campaign is about so double 2 tanks to more than 2k. But I would say ID they were very close in this one. So close yet so far. E7 for the first time in World of Tank Splits history would be winning the entire season, and I can say huge congratulations to E7, and we will interview very shortly because I'm running short of time because I have to be in on the CIS stream very early. So the giveaway winners, I will announce them after the stream, after the EU stream maybe, if I have time in between the games. So let's get camping in. So please stay behind here because we still have interviews to go. Okay. So, how about the Challenges Tournament? Which clan won the Challenges Tournament? Congratulations to NQE7, they've won against ECG 5-3. Well done to NQE7 here, and all the E7 family has won both the Challenges and the Professionals Tournament. So well done. So at least Mapbox got run right. Fairly sad. Well said. Oof, oh my goodness me, that was such, oh my god, thank you for more than 100 viewers here. So absolutely, I must say, my pleasure to be streaming these games, and I am very happy to be able to follow through the entire bracket here. we're still waiting for Campen in the interview box. But if okay, so I'll get Nat here. Because I'll have to be in the next stream in around 28 minutes, so I have to, speed things up. And oh, hello, Cougar. But we're still waiting for them to show. I think they're still in this still in the mood at the moment, so that's why I haven't really responded. So oh, there we go. We will get Nat here. Okay. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Nat.
Oh.
Oh my goodness me, that was amazing matches right there, and I really love your clipper tanks on Vineyards. That was very
Oh,
brilliant.
thank you. yeah.
Yeah.
We've been running that shit quite a while with like projectiles and like different tanks, but yeah, TVP is coming just.
True.
God.
Oh my goodness me, that
choked.
was. I mean, yeah, we don't talk about chokes here, but really, lots of us, huge congratulations at first. So, how is the team feeling after winning against ID and being the first ever getting the champion for the first time ever as E7 for the Asia server?
Yeah, well, it's most of the teams like first time getting into top 4 actually. Like a couple of us played in spring 2020, but we only got 4th place. And then well, obviously, like only 2 of us were playing in the Twister finals in 2019. So this is like, it feels incredible, honestly.
I'm very sure that you have done your old members proud. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
they were very close. They were like 4-5 against Feast back in 2019, and this year, 2 years later in spring season, 5-4 against ID, and there is no repeat of
Another tiebreak.
fake heartbreak. Yeah, no heartbreak.
Yeah. We didn't actually have much strats. Like we really struggled on new base, so we weren't planning on going to tiebreaker at all, but just had to go there. So we sort of revived the 7 Ice 4 strat, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that strat was an attack to me, to be honest with you. Just joking.
Oh yeah. We just don't know how to play New Bay, honestly. Like,
don't worry, but you got the right idea here. It's very heavy oriented. I mean, but you counted those mouses really well, so that was kind of a good strategy, just put up in a matter of seconds. So
yeah, we saw them coming, and then we see that they're isolated because like 3 of their tanks were just out of the fight. Oh, might have been 4.
Right.
We're not sure.
I see.
Yeah, just push and just delete them.
So, I mean, you guys did really well on Vineyards. Those 2 games, I mean, that evisceration onto Gayan was very brutal. And also, I mean, that play flanking ID when they are trying to rush you on B in, I think, the first game, where ID has a lot more hit points of hit point pool advantage. So, that means it seems you have been training on Vineyards a lot. And what do you usually do on Vineyards? What do you usually, how do you practice on Vineyards? And how do you get it right every time?
Yeah,
What's the
honestly,
secret recipe?
E7 has been a very mobile team. Like, we don't really like to play that many heavy strats. We really struggle, honestly. We like to keep mobility up. It's always been like that. I don't know why. Yeah, so Vineyards is just the perfect map for us, honestly. It's like one of our best maps. We're always happy to see it. And yeah, honestly, like you saw in the 7 batches, we're sort of just like we're sort of just
very,
like joking, but
I know we're very
sorry we couldn't do it
disappointed
this time.
that we
couldn't do it again,
we would like to see it once again, maybe in summer season. So talking about summer season, what are your plans for summer season?
Not much, honestly. Might take a couple of weeks break, and then not really sure how we're gonna approach summer season. We probably just get top 4, and then not really worry about the higher placing until Twister or like Blitz Cup.
I see. And I mean, also besides winning the title of the champion of the spring season of the Asia Server 2021, you also won $3,500 for the team, and that means it's $350 for you alone. So how are you going to spend this amount of money?
Yeah, cocaine and hookers, bro.
Well, I think you're just joking, but it's illegal as well. Please, please,
oh god,
people watching on this stream, please don't, go for that.
Oh god. Oh well, yeah. Thank you. I will take my leave now.
Well, I don't. Well, it's fine. But
yeah, if you would, unless you want to continue.
Well, I mean, kind of time is running short. So I mean, I have an event to go in around 22 minutes. So thank you for your time for the interview. I really enjoy your evening, and hopefully we will see you back in the spring season soon.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to stream for
No
us.
problem.
It's honestly awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye for now, and congratulations. Alright, that was Nat Backwards from E7, and we will be keeping in touch with Campen very, very soon. And Campen, please. Oh, I need you very soon. Alright, so at the moment, still a lot of viewers. So once again, the giveaway, the winners will not be announced on the stream because I do not have enough time. I mean, there are quite a lot of issues with some of the stuff, and oh, Captain is here. Great. We will start interviewing. Wait a second. Hello, Blue. What are you doing? Great. Okay. Good. So we will have Campen in the interview. Hi, hello, Campen. How are you doing?
Oh, hello. I'm good.
I know. I think it's quite heartbreaking to see you going down to 4-5 in the end. You were almost there to make a comeback here, but it was very, very close. So, how do you rate about your team's performance tonight?
Unfortunately, it was a good result. Everyone showed a great performance today.
Yeah, I really think you have some really great games. In particular, the first few games where you won, I think on Yukon, that was a brilliant push. I really love that, and that was just textbook ID right there. I mean, obviously the Hellas games, that was also some really dominant performance. Great rotations as always. I mean, you guys are very good at that. I mean, I know your capabilities.
Because we just keep communication and communication. We keep trying this.
Yeah, you're right about that. So, I mean, a lot of attention has been around you for just making to the top 8 on the final Premier Skill tournaments, but
Yeah.
you've managed to come to the grand final of the Asia server and almost winning against E7 here. So you have done a lot better in the professionals tournament. So what have you done differently here?
We just rather than just preparing for the operation, we prepare this game by analyzing this research and patterns of 7 teams. We just keep researching and check the pattern.
I see. I mean, preparation is always very, very important when it comes to this stage because money's on the table. But at the least, you're going to earn $2,100 for the team, and that is $210. So how are you going to spend this money?
I'm still thinking about how to spend my money. I keep still thinking.
So you're still thinking, but hopefully you're going to spend it in the right way. But by the way, that is just joking about that response though. So please don't take it seriously. WoTB don't take his pride away. But anyway, next, what are your plans for the summer season for Team ID?
Maybe I'll take a break for. We are all prepare for the summer season. I'm just breaking or prepare to summer season, and that's it.
I see. That's good. I mean, take a good break here. I mean, now I think you have around 1.5 minutes to prepare, and you can take your first few weeks off, and maybe you will come back a lot even stronger than before. And true. So, I mean, I know you'd be feeling a little bit frustrated about that kind of heartbreaking defeat. I mean, you guys did really well, and I don't know. Do you have anyone that you want to thank for ID's great performance this season?
Thank you.
No, so you don't have anyone to thank at the moment. Do you want to thank yourself?
Just thank you for my team, and thank you for
I see.
stream another streamers. Really thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be following the Asia Server finals. I mean, another 5-4, another tiebreaker. We love some tiebreakers. I mean, both teams are so close.
Everyone
to match,
love.
so. Yeah, so I really thank you for your time for this interview, and please take a really good rest and enjoy your evening. Bye for now.
Thank you, Ward, and see you.
See ya. This is Campen, from ID. Once again, Nat Backwards was joking about using that prize pool on the stuff that is not legal. So, so for now, I will have to end the stream very, very soon because in around 15 minutes, I will appear on the CIS stream very soon. So please, everyone, have a good night. Congratulations to E7. Congratulations to NQE7. And I will see you all in the EU stream later. I'll be co-commentating with Every, and bye for now.